and a deep purple sort of colour. But for you guys, as a long shot, hopefully you can still appreciate it. But yeah, it's not quite as impactful. Hello, Ruth. So yeah, that's just a little detour just to show you the sunrise because I came out of my house. I took a photo of it. It is my thumbnail as well. Unbelievable. Beautiful. But that's when we know we're heading into winter when the sun's coming up at, what is it, 7:22. Like it was dark at home until the last couple of minutes before I left. But we've got daylight saving this week at the weekend for Easter. So how you doing, Ruth? But yeah, if anyone's into sunrises, I suggest you rewind to the start. It was only a fleeting drive around, but wow, that's where the panoramic views are not great. Sunrises, because the intensity of it for me was so much stronger than what you guys got to see. But anyway, and I can see it in my rearview mirror right now, and the whole sky is just this orange, red, and purple intense colours. It's amazing. I mean, I can see it reflected on windows up on the bluff, on houses up on the bluff. You can see the sunrise reflected, and the whole front of the houses are just this brilliant orange colour. It's incredible. And that's what my house would be like right now too, because I face the sunrises. Anyway, moving right along. All good for you? That's awesome, Ruth. So I've got a bit of exciting news, guys. I believe that things happen for a reason, and you've got to look for signs. Don't just sort of look at something and not think about. I mean, look, not everything, but sometimes things pop up, and you're like, oh, that could be a bit of a sign. Are you getting a bit of the sunrise, that sort of the edges of it, the fringe of the sunrise now? The intensity is back over the hill, but bit of a knockout this morning, sunrise wise. Got a nice sunshine happening. Well, we've got a nice sunrise happening. All the colours of the rainbow, not quite, but I mean, yeah, again, panoramic view. You can see it now, guys, but it's nowhere near as intense. I can't see all those white clouds that you guys are getting to see. That's all right, Michelle P. How are you doing? It is very pretty. Little things like this that happen on the way of driving to work. Hey, you don't know me. You'll be safe too. I will be safe. I'm just driving to work. I reckon it'll be pretty easy driving this morning because it's the Thursday before Easter and a lot of people take the Thursday off as well. And the reason why is in Tasmania, we have Easter Tuesday. We're the only state in Australia that has Easter Tuesday. Now, it is a bank holiday, not a public holiday, but because the banks are closed, most businesses, even though, you can do so much stuff online now, there are still businesses that physically need to go into banks. So they take the day off as well because they can't do their banking. And then that sort of spills out to the entire industries that they're connected to. The building that I work in, every single business in there, and there's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 different businesses, I guess, maybe 8, but they've chosen to not be open on Tuesday. So the building is shut. And as luck would have it, I still don't have a key to the building. So I can't physically get in there on Tuesday. I mean, I'm only part-time anyway. It just means I'll be working Wednesday, Thursday next week. Hey, D90 Bell. I've been told my voice puts people to sleep. I don't think it's my voice. I think it's what I'm talking about. I'm very repetitive. checking the, you have sort of a moment of, oh my God, am I leaving work an hour early? Like, has it already been daylight savings? I don't realise it. But I just went past the gym and there are people at the gym, and Sarah and her coffee van sirens just there on the right, they're open. So yeah, it's not. It's just so quiet. Like I was saying, I think the drive in today is going to be pretty cruisy because a lot of people take Thursday off as well. Why wouldn't you? Get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off in Tassie. I mean, that's a pretty good break, right? 6 days off, not bad. I am obviously going to work, so I'll get 5 days off before I go back. But if anyone wants to move to Australia, or if there's anyone in Australia and you're wondering about whether you should move to another state, I'd recommend Tasmania. We have more public holidays, I think, than any other state. And we're the only state that has Easter Tuesday. So why wouldn't you come here? Watch all these mainland Australians will come in and they'll be like, because it's too fucking cold. Well, it's going to be 27 today, which is like 32 degrees in Adelaide. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Anyway, back to science. So I'm subscribed to quite a few animal rescue websites and Facebook groups. And I always check out what's going on them and all the rest of it. And last night after dinner, Sonny and I were just chilling out. And I was doing a bit of a reconnect with everything because I've been working my butt off for the last 2 days. And there are people out there that seem to manage to work and check social media. But I'm not one of those people. Like, social media, I go down a rabbit warren and then an hour later I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm pretty strict with myself about accessing anything at work. I do check at lunchtime some messages on Messenger and my text messages, and if I get a chance, my emails, my personal emails, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. But other than that, I have nice tones in my voice. It's melodic and not great. Oh, really? When I did breakfast radio, I used to walk into shops that played our station, and if they were playing like a promo or a replay of our show, I'd hear my voice and run back out because I think I'd sound really grumpy. And they're like, you always smile when you're on radio. You always have a smile, and you can sound a smile. So I used to smile all the time, but I still felt like I sounded grumpy. But thank you, Ruth. It's lovely of you to say that. So Sonny and I are doing a bit of a social media hop, skip and jump last night, and there's a couple of animal rescue Facebook pages, and I did an animal wildlife rescue course a few years ago, and I've actually got to redo it because I really want to get back into it. Now that I'm based in Tasmania the whole time, I can do stuff like that now. But anyway, one of the sites has a foster wombat, and they're looking for a home for it. And they've even offered to put in fencing if you don't have adequate fencing. Now, wombats do burrow, but this one's just recovering from surgery and isn't quite ready to be put back out in the wild. And they've got too many wombats at the moment, so they're sort of looking for foster families. And I don't think my property is going to be ideal because I don't have many trees or bushes or shrubs, but I do have some logs, and it could probably burrow in under there. And it's only for like 2 weeks. I don't sound grumpy. Well, thank you. I think our voices sound worse to us than they are, or you know what I mean? I think they sound different. I've got friends who don't like their voices either, but I think they've got lovely voices. So There's something really sticky along this road. I don't know if it's fertilizer, if they've been. Oh, there's a whole paddock next to me that's just been tilled. Oh, it's like a really strong blood and bone. It's pretty nasty. I have, that fresh air coming into the car thing switched on, but yeah, wow, whatever that was nasty. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, I think everyone hates their voices. So silly. Why do we hate anything about ourselves? One of my friends put something on Facebook the other day. She found a photo of herself when she was a teenager at school. And it's a gorgeous photo of her, and she's still gorgeous to this day. But she sort of wrote this thing about, I can't believe at that age how horrible that I thought I was and how many hours I spent hating on myself. I want a refund. And I sort of put a comment under there too about, yeah, it's just such a waste of time. I mean, even in my 50s, I still do that sort of shit. But there's a show on Netflix. It's a girl from Adelaide who posted a photo of her as a bodybuilder, and then when she stopped bodybuilding, and she started bodybuilding after she had kids, and then she got back into bodybuilding because she hated her body after giving birth, and then she hated the bodybuilding scene, so she just stopped doing it, and so she had a before and after photo. So the before photo was her as a super fit bodybuilder, and then the after photo was her just being a normal human being, a beautiful woman. And it went viral. Her name's Tara. I wish I could think of the name of the show, but anyway, she ended up travelling around the world and interviewing all these women, and yeah, it's a consistent thing amongst us all. It's, all these standards that men impose on us and the media impose on us that are impossible to match, and men are totally into all these airbrushed photo women and surgically altered women in pornography and all the rest of it, and they expect real women to be the same, and we're just fucking not. I always found the Californian accent when I lived there to be pretty sort of inoffensive and, just an accent. I didn't find it to be crazy over. I mean, there's a lot of other parts of the States with much stronger accents. Mind you, it's been a while, but yeah, I didn't find. Same with New York, and I think New Yorkers sometimes almost sound English. When I was in New York, I got asked if I was a New Yorker, and it was like, I mean, I had been there for a year, and I did have some American twangisms in my voice, but combined with the Australian accent, I don't know, people thought I was a local. Just having a sip of me blueberry smoothie. Mm-mm-mm. Blueberries, that'll sound weird to a lot of you, but it's so yummy. It's water, blueberries, about 60 mils of coconut milk, coconut flavoured protein, a dash of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt, of rock salt. Oh my God, it's so good. I thoroughly recommend it. So anyway, Sonny and I decided that we would send a message to this animal rescue place last night because the wombat's name is Windy, which makes me think he farts a lot. Like, I checked if it was a typo and if it's actually a female wombat called Wendy, but it's not. It's a dude, and his name is Windy. And he's still young. He's not at they turn, wombats turn. They get to a point where when they're little, they love to be cuddled and nurtured and all the rest. And then overnight, it's like a switch goes off and they become really aggressive and don't like people. But apparently he's quite an elderly gentleman and not really aggressive. He just needs somewhere to kill because I was sort of looking at it going, oh fuck, he's an elderly, like he's older, he's gonna be an attack wombat. Um, Speaking of attack critters, I think there was a little Tassie devil back there. Maybe it was just a really small dog. That was a weird, looked like a little Tasmanian devil, which is, I mean, there's a lot of bushland around here, so they are starting to move down to this part of the state, but even so. Okay, so there's going to be a bit of a crawl, but I still don't think the traffic's going to be as bad as it usually is. People thought you were French or American. When I was in the US, most people thought I was English. I've got to be honest. Because I think they were kind of expecting Australians to be like Paul Hogan, because Dundee came out around that time, and I think they thought all Australians were like, throw another prawn on the barbie, or shrimp for America. They had to change it to shrimp because no one knew what the fuck a prawn was. I do like that we don't do that now. Like, I do like that movies and stuff, they don't change titles or lines in movies to suit the country. I think it's so important that people learn about other countries, and movies is one way you can do that. The whole reason Paul Hogan said throw another shrimp on the barbie in the Australia Visit Australia ads. And I think Crocodile Dundee came out like the year after I got back, maybe, but maybe it came out in the States. I can't remember. I actually went and saw that movie with my dad. It's so weird. I never really saw movies with my dad as an adult. I mean, by then I was late teens, but yeah, the throw the shrimp on the barbie, which was a visit to Australia, Visit Australia commercial, but they changed it to shrimp because Americans say prawns, and it's like, but this is about getting people to come and visit Australia. You've learned a whole other language between me and Mel. Yeah, Mel and I use a lot of, you kind of do use a lot of Aussie expressions and words and stuff when you're live on YouTube, just like people from other countries. Like, it's not like we're hamming it up. I mean, Mel and I talk like that with each other as well, but it's kind of fun to throw sayings and expressions and words and stuff in when you know you've got an international audience. So Windy the Wombat is Windy. It's not Wendy. It's not a female wombat, and it's a typo, and it's Windy the Wombat. It's. I keep laughing at that thought though of mine. Oh, Wendy. And now I'm thinking of Chili Chacha. Your Googler is about worn out. Yeah. God, this smoothie's good. I've got the cutest little smoothie keep cup too. Like, it's glass, but it's in an insulated, but environmentally friendly sort of sheath, and then it's got a bamboo lid with a hole in it and a straw. I love it. Like, it's all environmentally friendly. If I get a chance, I'll show it to you. So Windy the Wombat needs someone to foster them just for a couple of weeks while they finish a bit of healing. And before they get fully rehabilitated and put out back into the wild. It's a wild wombat. It's not a pet wombat. But I don't think even though they said they'd put like a bit of fencing and stuff, I don't think my place is really suitable. Like, there's not a lot of trees or things like that for it to snuggle in under and all the rest of it. But I'm still going to go and meet Windy after work, because Sunny was like, well, it's another weather-related name. Is this a sign? And I was like, Sunny, I didn't know you could talk. But she had a good point. I mean, her name is Sunny. Is it a sign? Is Windy the Wombat a sign? Should Windy come and rehabilitate at our place for a couple of weeks. I don't know. But I thought I'd take you guys to meet him after work. You're looking at rescue pugs. Oh, cute. If you rescue a pug, you're going to have to do an MGL and buy 83 outfits and dress it up and make it look ridiculous. I don't watch MGL, but I've seen the pug in an outfit, and I was like, that pug's humiliated, man. That dress is ugly. I'm not opposed to a cheeky bandana on a floof from time to time. In fact, I've got to look over Easter. I've got to look at these Instagram influencer options that have been pitched at my beautiful sunny girl. But one of the websites, I've already had a look at what they've got for pets' clothing, and I'm like, the only thing she's going to be getting is a bandana or a wide-brimmed hat for cats. It's like when people dress up their cars. In fact, it'll be interesting if we see any on the way in. There are people in this world who put like bunny ears on their cars, and at Christmas they put reindeer antlers, and um, we've got a fundraiser here for a charity, and they've got Red Nose Day, and they make red noses you can put on your cars. Australia Day, people just turn their cars into absolute bougainmobiles with Aussie flags all over them. And I feel the cars are humiliated. I feel cars are just driving along going, I'm a fucking BMW, for God's sake. Why have I got reindeer antlers? How dare you humiliate me? I am a stylish vehicle. Vehicle. You won't ever see me dressing up my car. No way, no day. Julie had a couple of hats for the snow and a life jacket. Yeah, the life jacket's cute. And the life jacket's important, man. I haven't spoken to her for ages, but a girl that I met in my Facebook community, she's got a red heeler called Angie, and they take Angie out in the boat, and she's got a life jacket. This girl lives in the States, but this Australian, they call them Australian sheepdogs, I think, but in Australia they're red heelers and kelpies. But yeah, eyelashes for Valentine's Day. Just for Valentine's Day, make your car look like a little slut. Not that eyelashes are slutty, God almighty. This is my smoothie thing. Can't really show you, but I love it. So I've got an alert on my phone in case Windy does get home. I suspect Windy will. There was a fair bit of action happening on the page last night. Windy the Wombat. I wonder if he's got a couple of hats and a life jacket. You need a big life jacket. They're porkers, wombats. They're porkers. And before I got Sunny, I kept singing Boney M's Sunny and John Denver's Sunshine on My Shoulders. Last night I was singing that everyone knows it's windy, and windy has stormy eyes, or however it goes. It's a great track from the 60s, I think. Who's sweeping down the streets of old England? I can't remember the lyrics. Smiling at everybody she sees. Or is it London? I can't remember. Everyone knows it's windy. And windy has. I'll stop. I promised you I would never sing again, and I just did. Fire. Can you? Because it was I'm back. I'm back. I was just saying before I buffered, there's a lot of roadworks happening around here, so it's possible that, internet cables and stuff are not actually active at the moment. Yes, glad. I'm glad Chile was Chili Cha Cha and not Windy. Oh, Windy. Um, but yeah, I said I was never going to sing again, and I just did. And then I was like, oh my God, in YouTube world, I'm now a liar. You're a liar. And I'd be tarred with that liar brush. But the other thing was, yeah, I discovered the other day in my YouTube studio analytics that 27% of the people who watch my channel, and this is like active watchers, aren't subscribed. That's such a huge chunk. If all of that, if all of you fuckers in that 27% hit the subscribe button, I'd be at 1,000. It's over a quarter of the people watching my. Well, actually, no, maybe not. I mean, a quarter of people watching my stuff might be 3 people, but subscribe, motherfuckers. I shouldn't have 27% of my active viewers are not subscribed. Sounds like a lot. I mean, I looked at it as 27% of the 800 I've got, but it may not be. I mean, I may only really have like 9 active watchers, but even so, or 10, let's say 10. Let's make it easier for me to do the maths while I'm driving. Let's say 20 people are active watchers on my channel. That's like 7 people. And you're not subscribed. I want to hit the 900. I'm still 1 away from 900. Yeah. So if some random comes in and the mods remember, say, please hit the subscribe button. Let's get Tori to 900 by nightfall. My goal was to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. If I get to 900 before Easter, oh my God, I'll be so excited. And yesterday I was on 899, then I went to 898. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm going backwards again. And then late last night I was back to 899. I'm like, come on, you can do this. You don't have to hit notifications. You can just keep it on that setting, the default setting that nobody gets notifications for anyway. But help me get to 900, please. Make it an Easter miracle on my channel. Thanks, Morgan. The problem is the people that aren't subbed are probably the lurkers and, hopefully, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone that chats in my channel is a subscriber. Yeah, D90 Bill, that's always happened on YouTube. It's some sort of glitch. Every time you go live, you lose subs. It's ridiculous. It's been happening to everyone since I've entered the world of YouTube. I remember creators talking about that back in the end of 2018 and into 2019. Plus, apparently every now and then YouTube do a swoop and remove a heap of inactive channels, and so a lot of troll channels and stuff like that get deleted. Plus, some people actually deactivate their channels, and if they're subbed to you, you lose that sub as well. But yeah, every time you go live, your numbers go down. But I was like, oh my God, I'm almost at 900. This is exciting. I think I will get to 1,000 before the end of the year. And the only reason I want to do it is I want a community page that will show up in people's YouTube timelines so I can promote other channels and put up photos of Sunny. put out little, happy Easter messages, all that sort of shit. Because nobody looks at my discussion page. Because you've got to physically go to a channel and go to the discussion page. But a community page shows up in the YouTube timeline. And I find out about so many channels that are going live or things that are happening on YouTube just by scrolling down the timeline. A lot of it's on people's community pages. There's some creators that don't set a live so that you can, set a reminder for when they go live. They actually announce they're going to be doing a live, but they announce it on their community page. Oh no, I missed the chicken stuff, the chicken drama. Chicken drama. It's a bit like the Muppet Show. Pigs in space. Chicken drama. And that's why my channel is called Traces of Nuts. Because while I'm driving to work, I impersonate chickens. Oh, a massive hardware store that closed down just in this shopping park to my right, Cambridge Park, has been up for lease for I don't know, maybe 4 years. I fucking miss that hardware. It was such a cool hardware. Anyway, it's leased, and I got excited for a minute. I was like, oh, I wonder what's going in there. But now I remember it's some horrible big tile chain, like a floor tile chain. And that sucks, man, because we're very big on supporting our local businesses down here. We've already got plenty of locally owned tile businesses, but that bloody supermarket of tiles, they'll be able to sell them cheaper because of their buying power, because they're this big bloody national or international tile chain. I'll still support the local guys. I do actually pay more for using local. I'm more than happy to. Oh, that's bad news about community pages on your devices. I won't be able to reach out much at the moment, guys. So I'm sorry if I missed comments, but safety first. Would it be cool to have a wombat for a couple of weeks at my place? I'm not sure he'll do anything terribly exciting, but could go live and feed him, and I could light the fire pot down near his little enclosure and go live, and we could chat around the fire pot. I haven't done that actually. I haven't done a live. I kind of, my fire pot's a bit of a place for solace for me. Plus, a lot of people walk down the track to the beach in front of where my fire pot is, and they'll be like, "There's that weird lady sitting talking to herself in front of her fire pot again." But maybe we could do a Windy the Wombat fireside chat. We're going to work, Morgan. I thought you guys would get sick of this drive because it's the same drive in and out every day. There's other ways I can go to get home, but they're a lot longer, and I always want to get home to Sunny. Well, I mean, I think anyone, when they finish this work, want to get home, And this has been a 3-day work week. It's my first 3 days. I was working 2 days a week up until this week. So I said to Sunny this morning, I'm like, baby cakes, I do have to go to work again this week, 3 days now, but you've got me for the next 5. Plus my sister's coming to stay, so Sunny is going to be in her friggin' element. She slept on my bed again last night. She got up and she not only did she get on my bed, she got up on my bed and curled up, and then she moved and like pushed herself right in up against my legs. Oh my God. It was so cute. You won't get sick of my drive? Oh, thank you. I just thought the same scenery every day is a bit. I suppose it's not really, though. The sky's different every day. The traffic's different every day. You guys probably spot all kinds of random vehicles while I'm driving. The comment about the community post, it's interesting that you guys are like, who gives a fuck about them? They don't work on my gadgets. I never see them. I do, and I like it. I mean, I don't got no time to go to each individual channel that I'm subscribed to and see what's going on. I look at the first 4 or 5 things on my YouTube timeline, and usually there'll be something on there that I'm like, oh, that's what I might listen to. Hey, dude, there's this massive truck fully like tailgating me. I can't even see their windscreen in my rearview mirror. And they're like so close to me. And they're a massive, massive truck. This is where I wish StreamYards I could go camera, face front or face back and flick it around so you could see. Wow. Unbelievable. That was pretty scary, actually. Don't really want to get rear-ended by a big fucking truck on my way to work. And trucks are the first to get shitty with you know, with cars if they overtake them and chuck, turn in quickly in front of them and stuff. They get really pissed off. And this guy is still tailgating me. We're doing like 40 kilometres an hour. There's clearly traffic in front of me, and he's so close to me, it's ridiculous. Oh, thank you, Michelle P. I like taking you guys on drives. I mean, some mornings my commute is like an hour in and an hour out. So, like 2 hours. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can put on podcasts and music and stuff, but I quite like going live and you guys can check out what's happening in Tassie and we can talk about shit that's happened on YouTube or what we're doing for the day, or I can point out Tasmanian bad drivers and road rage incidents. The truck's got a massive bloody digger or something on the back of it too. You really wouldn't want to get rear-ended by it, especially in a car like mine. I don't know what his problem is. I guess when you're in a big truck like that, you feel big and mighty and powerful, but yeah. Can you maybe give the tailgating a bit of a break, dude? The rule of thumb, which I was taught when I was learning to drive, is if you can't see the tyres on the car in front of you, you're too close. What are you doing? He just fully slammed his brakes on and I reckon missed the back of my car by an inch. If I could get in another lane and get away from this jerk, I would. He's actually scaring me a bit. He's kind of now partly in the other lane, so I can't see if there's any gaps for me to get over. There's a gap. I'm going. So that was really creepy, guys. Like, he was creepy. He can do it to someone else. Keep it, guys. Woo. Exactly. It wasn't like I could go anywhere at all. It's like what he was doing was he'd sort of be accelerating, and he'd be going too fast for the amount of distance that he had to travel in. So he'd suddenly have to slam on his brakes to slow down. But in doing that, he'd be narrowly missing hitting me, if you know what I mean. It was kind of like, yeah, he was going too fast. He's actually now over in the next lane. He's going to go past me in a second. You'll get to see him, but wow, he was really aggressive. Oh no, you're not going to see him. He's now stuck. But that was pretty aggressive bullshit. I was trying to see if there's a company name on the truck, but there's not. Won't be able to reach out. Oh, hang on, we're stopping for a sec, but you'll get to see him. He'll go past. I'll let you know when he's coming along. He's about There's three more cars, and then he's going to go past. There he goes. Unbelievable. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I slowed down too, but I mean, I wasn't really moving. But he just kept like accelerating too hard and flying towards me, and then slamming his brakes on while we were stationary. It was really weird. And, yeah, pretty sort of aggressive. Like, he was mere inches from hitting the back of my car. He'd sort of fly at me, and then he'd put his, and they've got different brake styles. They're not as quick. So he'd put his brakes on, and sort of the whole truck had lurched towards me and then stop, but it was right up my bum. I don't get it. Like, I don't like tailgating. I don't like tailgating at the best of times, but when it's in heavy traffic, it's kind of like, what are you trying to achieve? Like, we can only all go as fast as the fastest person's going. Like, you're not going to make me go faster because I can't. There's no room for me to go faster. But I've said it before, Tasmanian drivers are fucking horrible. They're terrible. I'm very proud of only ever having one accident in my life, and touch wood, I never have another. And that was me sitting stationary at a traffic light, and a friend of mine um, was tootling along behind me and didn't realise the lights had changed, I guess. I don't know, it was a fluke that she was my friend. We weren't driving in like a convoy or anything. Pardon me, but I had this big Holden V8 Premier, and she had a little V-Dub Beetle, and she just ran into the back of my dad's car, and Beetle's engines are in the boots, or the trunks, as Americans say. We call them boots. The front of a V-Dub Beetle is the trunk, essentially, or the boot, where you put your luggage and stuff. So yeah, it crumbled a little bit. She's like, "Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention." There's a tiny little bit of green paint on my dad's car, and her car was a little bit crumbled. But I'm not saying I'm the greatest driver out there, but I like to think I'm an okay one compared to some of the shit I see going on. But yeah, shitty drivers are shitty because they do. I mean, they can be really intimidating. Quite often, I'll go in the slow turnout lane and just let tailgaters and stuff like that overtake me because I get anxious and stressed when they're behind me. I'd rather slow down and let them all pass me than have to deal with them riding my butt for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? The road rage down here does amuse me because, I mean, we all live on this little island because of its laid back sort of lifestyle and attitude generally. And the road rage that happens here, it's like, wow, clearly you're not soaking up the island vibe. Grab a pina colada and chill the fuck out. The other thing I hate about tailgaters is they usually are people that tailgate you when you're doing the speed limit. Like you're already doing the speed limit and they're tailgating you to try and make you go faster. It's like, can you maybe not? I got a ticket once. I didn't get a ticket, I got a warning from a tailgater who was very aggressive, and I ended up getting pinged for going too fast. And the cops let me off because they actually saw it, they witnessed it. They tried to pull me and the tailgater over, but the tailgater took off, and there was only one cop car. So they didn't actually fine me, but they gave me a warning and said, stand your ground. Don't go faster because of a tailgater. I was like, this guy was practically sitting in my back seat. And they're like, yeah, we saw it. We've been following him and you for quite some time. But they gave me a bit of a lecture on, not a lecture, just a bit of a reminder to stick to the speed limit. It's not my problem, it's theirs. And I was like, do you realise though how intimidating it is having someone that close to you? And they're like, yeah, absolutely we do, which is why it's against the law. I was like, well, you pulled the wrong fucker over. Motherfuckers. They were like, no, the goody goody pulled over, the baddie took off. It is stressful. Oh, I won't be able to read Michelle's comment, but I saw I had an accident. I hope the rest of that paragraph isn't too terrible. We've arrived in great time, guys. I knew it. Like, I'm probably here. Let's go the slightly longer way. I'm probably here like 20, 25 minutes earlier than I usually am. Like, the trip in's about an hour and 10 minutes at the moment, or it has been. And the trip in today was 40 minutes. It's not bad. Yeah, it is. I had an accident in a VW van. The motor is in the back front crumpled. Oh my God, Michelle. Yeah, there's a lot to be said. I mean, God, you hear about accidents where engines end up in the cars as well, which isn't great, but I think there's a lot to be said for the engine in the front. It does provide an extra layer of barrier. These buildings on the right-hand side, it's a Hobart School, it's collegiate. St. Michael's Collegiate School, it's an all-girls school. That's them in their little, with their burgundy backpacks. They were like the enemy school of my school. Ooh, collegiate. Ooh. It was weird though. My best friend at school ended up being a collegiate girl. God, that pissed off the girls at my school that my best friend was at the rival school. But Beck and I loved it. We loved being the centre of controversy. But my school, we used to call them Colgate, as in the toothpaste, because that's how funny we were. And they used to call us Farm, Farm, because the school I went to is named after a Scottish town, Farm, Fahan. So the Colgate girls called us Farm. Hey, Jules. Oh, you had a tailgate, a huge big thing like that. Oh, no. God, they're scary, aren't they, Jules? Hey, Stacey Marie. Do you get to meet a real wombat? Well, that's the question. Unless Windy the Wombat is rescued today, well, not rescued, it's only a foster. But I was thinking if Windy still needs accommodations, we could go and meet him after work. I just think it's a sign, like Sunny said to me last night, because I have a talking cat. She said, Tori, it's a sign. I'm Sunny, he's Windy, we're named after weather things. It's a sign. And I was like, wow, Sunny, you can talk. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Morgan. I was about to say that. I'm only one away from 900. And I know that 27% of my active viewers at the moment are not subscribed to me. I know that when I dipped my toes in the drama community, I did gain some extra views more than I normally would. And I'm pretty sure most of them didn't bother subbing. But come on, take one for the team. Make my Easter. My goal is to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. I can get to 900 before Easter, even just for 5 minutes. Even if I can just get a photo that says I've got 900 subscribers on, because it'll go backwards. As soon as I end this live, it'll go down 2 or 3. Actually, so then I probably won't be able to get a photo. If I do get to 900 while we're live, can someone get a screenshot of it so I can frame it? I'm joking. I won't frame it. Hey, Nika. I know. I'm almost at 900. Oh, Stacey Marie's going to get her dog to subscribe. You beauty. So I love this community. You guys are awesome. You guys are the best. Oh, I like her dress. She looks gorgeous. If she walks past me, I'll tell her. I just realised I've worn 3 different navy blue dresses to work every day this week. 3 navy blue dresses in a row. Wow. It's going to be 27 here today, so I'm in a pretty summery dress. I've been in summery dresses all week. It's been lovely. But all 3 navy blue. I have changed the shoes and the accessories. Thank you. You had a cop chase you, Jules. Holy shit. I made it. Stacey Marie, you're the best. Thank you so much. Woohoo. I'll be getting me a screenshot. But hopefully, as soon as I end the live, I can get a screenshot before it removes the 2 or 3 subs I usually lose every time I do a live. I don't know why YouTube hasn't fixed that. It's been doing that since I've been on YouTube. And not just on my channel, but like so many creators have talked about it happening to them. I have increased this week, Nika, which just proves again what we've all been saying for a long time. Drama sells. That's the thing, you know, the drama channels have 600 people bloody watching them. Somebody's live cooking something amazing and they're lucky if they get 3 people watching them. Somebody's playing an original song that they wrote and yeah, they're lucky if they get a dozen people watching them. But go live and bitch about another YouTube channel. Oh, thank you, Morgan. Thank you, Stacey Marie's pup. That was so cool of you to do that. I appreciate. Wow, I've got enough time to go and grab coffee from my favorite coffee place. I'm also I had a bit of excess smoothie. I made more than fitted into my little smoothie traveler keep cup thingamajig. I'm just going to top it up so I don't have to take this other bottle in with me. Oh, I need to anyway. I need to give it a rinse, but that's all right. And I've got a salmon and brown rice salady poke bowly thing for lunch. That is true, Morgan. And that's one of the benefits, I think, of channels that have got, a smaller number of people in chat is everyone can chat and catch up and check in on everyone. There's benefits for sure. And trust me, I would never feel comfortable if I had 600 people watching me because I was live screaming from the hilltops about some person that did something that I didn't like. I mean, Jesus. Like I said the other day on one of my lives, the drama communities channels, the drama community channels in a way are like stand-up comedians who tell fart jokes. And if you're wondering what the correlation is, when you do stand-up, when I was doing stand-up comedy, I noticed very early on in the piece that a lot of the male comedians would do a fart joke and the whole room would be in stitches. I'll have to go back and read chat after this to get the full story, Jules, but it does sound funny. You potty mouth. Yeah, so the dude comedians will tell a fart joke and the whole crowd is in stitches and they think they're hilarious. But other comedians, and I include me in that, who'd sort of tried to write good, decent, original, observational comedy, we would be lucky to get the same sort of laugh. And it used to piss me off. And I knew that if I wanted to get a huge laugh and have the crowd behind me, all I had to do was tell a fart joke. And so I chose not to. It was so much more rewarding to get a really big reaction because of your own original joke and clever joke. But to me, the drama community and some of the true crime channels as well, they're just the equivalent of stand-up comedians telling fart jokes. They know what brings in the crowd and they know if they go live and bitch and scream and yell and carry on like a pork chop about another channel, that they're probably going to get 600 people watching. Plus, they monetize. I can't believe people monetize when they are literally just bitching about somebody else. Like, wow. But it's easy money and heaps of YouTubers are in there for the money. And don't get me wrong, I think the fact that YouTube has a way of remunerating people for their content is a great idea. But you think there'd have to be some kind of minimal requirement like original content, not just flapping your lips off about someone for 6 hours straight. Maybe that's where AdSense kicks in and they're like, we're not putting ads on this because it's a load of shit or the creator swears too much or I don't know. I don't know how all that works, but I'm happy to stay in the subversive, original, hopefully at times intelligent content crowd than be one of the fart joke comedians. That was my point. Alrighty, I'm going to go because I'm going to go and grab a really good coffee. I've got so much work to do, but I'm loving my job. Oh, Ruth, you're cute. Thank you. Oh, to be honest, I mean, I do want subscribers who actually enjoy my channel and will keep coming back and that sort of stuff. I don't blame you, Michelle. I mean, exactly. Imagine paying money to people because they're just going live and bitching all the time. It surprises me that, yes. I mean, there's some channels that I'm surprised people even sign up in the first place because it's kind of like, well, what have they ever done that's original? Or why do they deserve to be rewarded for just being a bitch? It's endorsing shitty behaviour that I don't have kids, but if I had, I wouldn't have wanted my kids to have been bitches. So I certainly wouldn't have put my money towards people that just go live on YouTube and bitch. It's amazing too how many channels where people do have original content they're not monetized. You have a good day too, Morgan. Also, just before I go, and you're all going to hate me for this, but there's no wombat. It's April Fool's Day, you idiots. I mean, there may be a wombat. No, you're not idiots. I'm convincing, but there may be a wombat out there that needs to be fostered, but there's no wombat called Windy. Oh, Stacey Marie, no, I feel guilty. You're going to get your dog to unsubscribe now, aren't you? I don't normally do April Fool's stuff. I just happened to notice it's the 1st of April as I was walking to my car on my phone. I'm like, oh, what can I go live about? You enjoy your black tea, Jules. It's not here, you asshole. Too bad it is here. Ha ha. Well, yes, but so what? It's April Fool's Day in Australia. It's bloody 8:30 in the morning. Gotcha. To all wombats. No wombats were harmed in the making of this live. Please don't unsubscribe, Stacey's dog. Oh shit, Jules. Well, I hope everything goes okay. One of my exes, I met him on April Fool's Day and we broke up on Halloween, like 4 years later, but I knew you'd be excited. That's why I did it, Morgan. I will take you, look, to make up for it, I will take you all out to Bonnarong and we will see some real life wombats. I will make up for it, I promise you. No one thought it was well, that's why I chose I was a bit strategic. I'm like, they'll believe me if I'm rescuing another animal. Look, as far as April Fool's jokes go, it's probably quite lame, let's be honest. But I gotcha. That's what I say to Sunny when she plays chases with me around the house. When I play chases with her, when she wants me to chase her, when I catch her, I'm like, I gotcha. I gotcha. She loves it. And she personally would not like a wombat moving in. No way, no day. You wanted a wombat? Look at Morgan's reaction's pretty fierce. Angry faces and the fingers. See, I'm good, aren't I, Michelle? Two people have already left. They're like, fuck you, Tori. You know, if you're going to play an April Fool's prank, you've got to have an ounce of credibility in it to ring everybody in. I was excited. Look, I was actually excited too, Morgan, until I remembered it was an April Fool's joke. But anyway, I love you guys. I do. Compliment someone today, just not me, because I'm horrible. And thank you very much to Stacey Marie's dog for getting me to 900 subs for about a minute. Thank you to everyone who's been along the drive. Yeah, good thing you got the screenshot. Do it, Stacey Marie. Do it and let me know how it goes. I love you guys. Stay groovy and compliment a wombat today. I thought you'll make their day, I promise you. Until next time, April Fool's Day. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.